Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about my very first movie review, actually. This is Dark Shadows Review, as it's titled on YouTube. Um, Basically, I've been a fan of people like the Nostalgia Critic, Lynn Cara, and, basically that guy with the glasses people for quite a few years. And most recently, Red Letter Media, who I think are the most ingenious critics in the world, basically. So, what I wanted to do was I wanted to review a movie, just to see if I liked it. And, I just one day, I was gonna go see this movie starring Johnny Depp called Dark Shadows. Hadn't heard too much about it, but I wanted to try it out because I know people who have I know because my idolized people did it, and also because Rob did it before me. Rob, this is like a running thing where Rob beats me to anything, but I'll get to that later. So I want to basically I want to make my own review thing. And maybe every time I see a movie, I'll review it, just to see if I like it. As you can see, I did like it. So, but the interesting story about this is it was posted maybe a month or two afterwards. It took me such a long time to eventually get it uploaded and completed and really just to get it all organized together. And you might not think that because it has such simple editing. It's basically I just slapped on a title and rushed it out. I don't even cut out when I start and end the camera. It's just like that. And it's just simple. A lot of bad traits I have, like I'm talking a little more like this, and I hope I've cut down on that. These days I still notice that I'm putting in some bad speech methods like that, where I don't find the right words. Um, but I'm learning, I'm trying, and I think I do a good job at times. But yes, this is where it all began. It didn't start being dire situation for a few episodes. Let me see. I'm trying to remember which one actually started with calling it Dyercentral. Dire Situation. I know the first one using my iconic before and after was The Watch. That was the first time I tried that. And as you can see, it worked. I like that. I like how my opinion before a movie can be horrible and it will turn out great. I really wished I had the before and after for when I went to see Brave. That would have been pretty damn entertaining. Um, and the first modern review, in my opinion, was the Skyfall review, because that has the theme song. It has the title cards, essentially, about the same. And that's when I started getting into the motion of things. Right now, if I wanted to do a dire situation, it wouldn't take me more than 10 minutes to edit one. Unsurprisingly to most people, but it's like a motion now. Like I can just pump it out. And it didn't used to be that way. I didn't used to have a set way of doing things. It was just like that. But the interesting thing about this first one, this is while I was still living with my aunt. And if I haven't made that clear by now, my aunt was not the easiest person to live with. Uh, she didn't approve of what I was doing with the reviews and stuff. Well, I wouldn't say she didn't approve, but she didn't encourage exactly. I found it very difficult to really do anything. They did a good job, and in my opinion. I don't even like thinking about it. Not really much to complain about. Basically, I live very far away from a movie theater, and nobody cared about me enough to take me to one, or and I didn't really have the means to take myself there, which was, you know, a problem. But um, what do I put this? The reviews really didn't start kicking off until I got exiled to my grandmother's house. Because she lived about 2 blocks away from a movie theater. And I was thinking, and you know, it was a $6 movie theater on a Sunday. So I was thinking I'll just go there every Sunday and review a movie or two. And that's how it started. I didn't start calling it Dire Situation until Madagascar 3, I believe. I just looked it up. Madagascar 3 was the first technical Dire Situation. And in case you're wondering, the thing with the glasses, that was there from the very beginning. It was always there. I always wanted to do that, like, once I came up with the concept for a Dire Situation, I wanted to do the thing with the glasses. I don't know if I did that initially, but it's what I always wanted to do. I remember when I pitched the idea, like, to Alex, I was like, I'm going to make this show. I'm thinking I'll call it a Dire Situation. I remember he thought that name was just awful. And thinking back at it now and how I've made, like 50 episodes or something like that, it is just rather humorous that he initially thought it was a bad name. Maybe he still does, I don't know. But yeah, this eventually, this gave me the courage to launch Chadwick Jones, my newer show, which is actually gonna be doing much better than Dire Situation. As you can see, it is, what is it, March, and I've released 2 Dire Situations, which since I started doing them regularly, this is an all-time low. But Chadwick Jones is looking up. Once that gets started, it's gonna keep rolling. I can assure you. And you know, of course, I'm not gonna go into too much detail about the origins of Chadwick Jones because that's gonna be discussed in second season. Maybe I'll get to commentaries about that afterwards. And in case you're wondering if I'll ever do a commentary on the on something like the Oz the Great and Powerful review. Oz the Great and Powerful is self-explanatory. Or Les Miserables, the musical thing. I would love to do a commentary on the Les Miserables musical, but the thing is, that was conceptualized by Rob, that was mostly written by Rob, that was sung incredibly well by Rob. Basically, I was a shell, and I was an encourager. I encouraged it. And that's all the credit I can really claim. Rob is the sole thing that held that together, and he is the most amazing, talented guy I have ever met. Things over. But he, like, honestly, that whole thing was mostly him, and to just do a commentary by myself on it would just feel like a cheat, like I'm taking credit for it, and that's not what I want to do at all. I want to give him the full the most of the credit for that, cause other than the name, that was like his thing, and it was amazing. If all of my reviews were like that, I'd be a very rich man by now. But you know, they've never been about that. They've just been about opinions. And, you know, watching this original review, I know it's over now, but when you watch it, and you watch, like, a later one, you can see that even if you find the reviews boring, which I can understand, you can see that I did improve over the years, and I am completely self-taught. So, bear that in mind, that I'm not saying, no, I'm better at it than anyone else. No, I learn as I go on. I learn as I go along. I'm not claiming to be knowledgeable about it or anything. I just like movies, you know. So yeah. Well, that's the last of the commentaries I'm going to be doing. You know, I hope I hope that they were enlightening or entertaining or something. So, yeah.